Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video review of the PenPower WorldPenScan X. This is a digital translator pen that's a Bluetooth 4.0 enabled gadget. Basically, you connect it to a phone or a tablet, and you can scan anything from a text on a book or maybe on a magazine, and it will instantly translate it into another language. You have a free application that you first need to install on your phone or tablet. For Android, you need to have Android 4.3 or above, and for iOS, you need iOS version 7 or above. It supports the iPhone 4S and above as well. So it's compatible with a large range of products. Now, the WorldPenScan X is actually priced at around $200, which is an okay deal as a smart pen, but as far as translators go, it's a little bit pricey, especially because there's things like the Quick Translator, which is basically a digital translator app that uses the camera to scan something and instantly gives you a translation, and this application is actually free, believe it or not, so this makes this particular product a little less enticing. With that being said, PenPower has been doing this stuff for a long time, so they have a great reputation and they have a lot of support, and this product will work a lot more of the time and also has a greater catalog of words to actually translate from. So languages that are supported include English, French, Japanese, Korean, German, Italian, Spanish, and all the different versions of Chinese that you might have, Arabic, Vietnamese, and also other languages as well. So they have a large range of different functions. You can also save words, look them up, scan them into a text version, and the list really just goes on, and the actual application is quite simple to use as well. Taking a look at the packaging, it's pretty simple and it has a very elegant look going for it. Some basic information on the sides there. Transmission distance is 1 meter, and you need to charge it for 5 hours before you first use it, and it uses a lithium-ion battery to fully charge. And afterwards, you can use it for a few weeks before it runs out of juice and need to recharge it again. So inside the packaging, you have access to the aforementioned micro USB cable for charging the pen. There is also a bundle of software in case you want to use the pen with a computer or a PC rather than using it with your mobile product. There's a software for that. There's also a lot of documentation that you want to check out, warranty, drivers, and also the instruction manual. And finally, on the very inside, we have basically just the pen itself located in here, and that's basically it. So setting everything off to the side here, I have the app already installed on my Galaxy S smartphone, so I'm going to try and pair this up quickly and give you guys a demo. So there are a few controls on the actual pen itself. As you can see, there's a central power on-off switch you can press for a few seconds to turn the feature on, and Bluetooth will also be enabled. There's also, on the top, there is a center OK key, and this OK key allows you to start scanning, and it allows the scanning process to initiate. So you need to press on that whenever you want to start scanning a text or some paragraphs in a book or something like that. The actual grip part is very easy to hold. It's very soft and it's quite comfortable to use using your hands. You can also use it with your left or right hands. As far as the scanning part goes, there's actually a wheel or a barrel that kind of spins around, and you need to apply a little bit of pressure, and you kind of press down. Afterwards, the portion over here is actually where the scanning is actually happening. There's a little bit of an arrow, and then you can see kind of where the text is being scanned as directed by the arrow, and afterwards the scanned text will start to appear on screen for your phone. It's pretty simple, easy to use. The top features the micro USB cable port for charging, and that's basically it. There's an LED indicator that tells you the various modes and the various functions, but that's all the core design elements of the WorldPenScan X, which is very easy and simple to operate. So powering the unit on, I'm going to turn on my phone as well. And the application here I have, it's called the WorldPenScan. Simply tap on that, and it's going to start to scan and to connect with the actual pen scanner. It's going to automatically connect. You don't have to connect it to the Bluetooth on the phone directly. You open up the app, and then the process is automatic. So now that we have the app paired up, you can see that we have a few functions. I can turn Bluetooth on and off. There's also a battery indication for how much battery is left on the pen, which is a very smart choice. Right now we have a full charge, and standby mode is a few hundred hours, so very good. Over here we have three main settings, one for the dictionary, one for the translation, one for data input. Data input is when you want to scan large portions of text and then retain it or keep it in a journal for use at a later time. And translation is basically, a translated dictionary. Dictionary allows you to look up words instantly in a catalog, whereas translation allows you to turn it into a different word. So if I wanted to tap on that there, I can tap on the language portion to swap back and forth between something like Chinese or English. In this case, I'm going to go between English, and recognition is English. I'm going to try to translate it into Spanish and see how well that works. I'm done, and I now just can scan away. So now I'm going to start the process of actually scanning the text. I'm going to press the OK key. Let's try to scan over here, starting with the police report. So I'm going to press down firmly. You can see a green light start to appear, and then I'm going to go at a reasonable pace, and after I'm done, I'm going to lift up, and within a few seconds it's going to appear on screen. It does a pretty good job of recognizing the text. You can see there's a little bit of errors, especially if your book is not perfectly flat or if you're going too fast, but you can see that the translation is pretty good. Reporte political, entre las milas, and you can see how it does a good job of doing that. You can also press on the a speaker button there for the actual app to talk to you and tell you how to pronounce the words. It will read it to you. You can also save it, add it as a note, and also send it to someone else. On top here, this is actually what the scanner is actually seeing. So you can see what was actually scanned in, which is kind of impressive. I can go to different parts and see that the scanner does a good job of picking up the resolution of the page as well. So it's a pretty high resolution scanner, which is nice and impressive. So overall, it definitely works pretty nicely. You do have need access to the internet, however, to access this translation. So you need either 3G, 4G, or Wi-Fi turned on in order to start using. You can see that using the actual dictionary functionality, we have access to different catalogs for searching, like Google, Wikipedia, and also YouTube, and they work surprisingly well. So you can definitely search the web to find the content that you want, whether it's a video clip or also a physical definition inside of Wikipedia or something in a dictionary as well. So it's a nice feature to have and works pretty nicely, and also just takes a few seconds to do that. Data input, basically, instead of doing translation or even the ability to look up something in dictionary, it's just going to scan the word like we said. Basically, I'm going to press down. I'm going to start scanning the text, and then after a few seconds, the text should apply and appear on screen. So you can see that it's actually going to come up there. As you can see there, it's not the most perfect solution in the world, just because sometimes you need to press a little bit harder. If you press too light, not all the correct words will appear on screen. Also, you need to keep in mind that this will not work in pitch darkness. In addition, if the text is too small in terms of the font, if you have a very detailed and very small newspaper, it might not work as nicely as something like a book or a novel where the text has an appropriate size to it. But overall, I have to say this is a very nifty and cool gadget to have, and overall, as far as translators go, it certainly is the next generation because it connects to a smartphone very easily and works with any iOS or Android device. It's fast, it's responsive, and for most of the time, it definitely works nicely, and you have a wide catalog of languages to select from, and the pen itself is well designed, small, easy to take with you, and has very good battery life. To learn more information about this unit, be sure to read our full review, but this has been our video. Thanks for watching. This has been the PenPower WorldPenScan X Digital Translator Pen.